everyone, welcome or welcome back. My name is Cassidy or Starr, and I'm a light renegade, part of a collective of Pleiadian beings, bringing you information from the veil beyond. There's a lot to get through today. Welcome if this is your first time. This is our second message from Epstein, who wants to be called J. You might want to start with the first transmission because you really need to get a feel for what is going to be happening here, and this message is a lot to those that are new. Just be aware that there's going to be some disturbing content to come, and you might want to make sure that you watch this on a day where you feel ready to absorb something of that nature. There is so much here, there's so much to unpack. I don't know how long we're going to have with him, but I feel like there is a lot going on behind these scenes to bring all of this to light, both on this side and the other. So I feel positive about that, but I know that this may take some time to come together. So my heartfelt, condolences to anyone that has been hurt, harmed, or murdered during this time. I can't imagine what the families have been through or going through, and it breaks my heart, but I'm glad that these messages are coming forward so we get to know the full truth. The magnitude of just how much we've been lied to is expressed through this message, and I'm glad that we can receive it to help it all come to light and to help those that have really been harmed heal, knowing that the truth is coming out. But today's title for the message was You Don't Know the Half of It, and I'm just going to go ahead. Hello everyone. I wish these words were easier to say, to express. My heartfelt apologies to throw everyone in at the deep end, most of all to my victims, some of whom may watch this someday. Please know that I wish I could take it all back. If I only knew then what I do now, none of this would have happened. Know that I was made to face you all. I face each of my victims, anyone I'd ever coerced, manipulated, took for my own pleasure and gain. I saw you all your lives, your loves, and what's to come. I was grateful to know that each soul's grow after something of such pain. Maybe not this lifetime you will be free from it all, from all that I have done, but in the next you will be truly blessed. This is the laws that we are not told. These are the ways in which we truly live, and this is why I'm urging those that know to come forward, to confess, to plead guilty now for all crimes. There is no time to waste. The truth is coming to light, whether you like it or not. You would be better off to stand strong now and face all consequences this side of the scale than on the other. But today I must share the horror, the truth of all that was happening on my private island. You have not been told the truth. Some know, many know. The people in charge know, because they are involved too. This is a mass scheme happening which is still in progress today. Everyone wins. They all take a cut. It seems fair. Some get money. Some get women and children. Others want drugs. They receive that too. For the majority, they want something very different. They want a truly unique experience, and that was the service I provided. They want to play. They want to explore the parameters of darkness, which some of you are yet to come to terms with yourself. The stories you have been told, the victims that have come forward, do not truly know the full extent of all that was happening. Some do. They have been paid off, and rightfully so. They knew if they were to tell a soul, no one would believe them, or they would end up dead. They knew the best they could do was to take the money and disappear. I promised to leave them alone, and they agreed to only tell half-truths. It felt like a win-win at the time, because nothing ever fully goes to plan. People slip up, make mistakes, and when it comes to bloodshed, the evil is so dense you cannot keep that secret for too long. I don't know where to begin, because the story is so far spreading, and the truth quite frankly seems like fiction to those who are still in dormancy. Those that think they know, they saw some documents, watched some shows about me. No. It was all much more than you could imagine. I did not only take young women, children too, young boys, but most importantly, infants, babies. This is a side of the mass media. This is a side that the mass media was not allowed to show or know. Some of the young women that were taken from their families too young to truly know their names were used. They were used in ritual and kept in my island underground. They were used as slaves mainly for sex and torture, but also to impregnate. Some of my most generous benefactors had a perversion so devilish that only the man himself could make someone want to partake in the horror tactics and blood sport. The young girls were used, and once pregnant, the fetuses, babies, were kept until of a pure age and then taken from them to be used in sacrifice. I was one of those people. I became the leader of a dark mass order. This was my main job description, if you can call it that. That is why I knew so many people and had them under my will. I knew too much, and this perversion and taste for blood is far spreading, much wider than you might believe. Not a single governing body you know in the world is not connected to me or my partners. We were truly trying to run the world, and we did. We came so close to having it all. We were not aware of the light. It did not exist in our worlds. All we cared about was having more and more and more. I won't torment you with the gruesome details, and by now most of you are aware of why we do such demonic and vicious crimes. We want to be invincible. We believe we are invincible. We believe we are above the laws of this world. This is how it makes you feel, and being connected to me granted you that wish too. I do not say this to be boastful. It is merely the truth, or at least it was for a very long time. I would like to point out here that what the public has been given is very craftily dealt with and handled. I would like to point out here that what the public has been given is a very craftily dealt with and handled maneuvering of goods, prices, and stock. All the women underground that I knew are either dead by now or have been moved to a new secret location. The true trafficking ring is not what went on above land, but below it. The secret tunnels, passages, and sacrificial monuments and places for bloodshed and ritual. This is the true evil in the world that you face, the fact that you are still being told half-truths, a fraction of what is real and possible. It seems improbable for anyone, a human, to want to do such things, and this is where we open up another layer to this evil empire. Not everyone and everything you see is of human descent. I'm aware some of you already know of the reptilian order. There are many other races of being too, which some of you might want to call those of a vampiric nature. They feed only on blood of children and primarily babies and virgins at certain times of the year. Yes, this sounds fanciful, but I assure you I saw it all, and I will do all that I can to bring these monsters to justice. This is why I am here, choosing this vessel to share my story, because she knows the truth. She has seen many of these creatures in previous lives, and this has been something the ET realms have been fighting for many years. I would like to add here that not everyone partaking in ritual knew the depths of the non-human entities present at our events. Some were there under the orders of the cabal, and also many celebrities under the Illuminati and satanic factors. This is the true war of the worlds, the many different assemblies of dark orders coming together to feast and take in the energy of the blood of the young, the innocent, and most importantly, the terrified. We live off the terrors of others. It seems shocking to me that the public believed all they have been told, skimming off the top, I think the British call it. This only made me more proud of all that I created. It sickens me. Know that going forward I will share all the names of those involved and clear the names of some who have been to my island purely to have them on the list if such persecution was finally brought to me, which it did. Not everyone who went to my island took part in sexual misconduct or acts of violence against other humans. We did just have parties from time to time, whilst other things would be going on underground. I truly do not know how long it will take to make my amends. The list is endless, and every day that goes by, I try to face it all, and plans are put into place for the truth to come to light. It makes me see just what devastation I caused. I would like everyone and anyone who has been harmed by me to know that I have seen your soul. I know your true worth and power, which is much more than I was ever capable of whilst alive. You are the true heroes of this world, so full of light and love. I was beyond relieved to see all fetal souls, baby souls return to the light to become angels and guardians, to many of whom I tortured and kept captive. No soul is ever not accepted back into the light. When taken in sacrifice, this may torment some that find themselves here still under his order. He isn't in charge. He has no true authority or power. I know this now. I wish these words were easier to express, and my confession and apologies do not even come close to relieving the pain of those that I've suffered by misdeeds. But this is all I wish to share for today. Jay. I saw some of this coming. I was given some visions, and I knew it was more than what we'd been told. I knew it was more than the mass media had shared with us. It just didn't add up to me, even at the time when, I saw all of this coming to light for the first time, when I wasn't truly awake. It just didn't make sense to me. And now, we are really digging deep here, and I ask those that are here for the first time and hearing the ideas, of ET realms and non-human beings to really keep an open mind, because there is a lot that happens in this world that we are not told. And if you truly sit and think about what a human being is, that seems fanciful too. How did we get here? What are we? We are the aliens of this earth, and I used to say that before I was awake. It used to boggle my mind how we have a physical vessel, how we carry life, we birth life. I thought, we're the true aliens, and just ponder that too. I ask you to keep an open mind if you continue to come here, because this is my world now. These are my realms, and it's always been my truth. I just wasn't awake to it yet this lifetime, and I feel grateful to be able to bring these messages forward, but I know that it's going to seem like fiction. You can't comprehend the truth because we are so far removed from it, and what we are told is real just is so far from being the truth. And we're manipulated from the day we enter into this earth, and it breaks my heart, but I know that, all of this is coming to light so we don't have to live a lie anymore. And I'm trying to do all that I can to bring as much truth forward. So please, listen to this again and think about it. Don't just dismiss it at the first hurdle. And I hope this brings some closure to some that weren't allowed to tell their truth, that had to keep quiet for their safety. You did the right thing at the time. I don't think anyone would blame you, so don't blame yourselves. I feel called to share, but I don't want to overstep, my position here. I really want the messages to speak for themselves, and I'm trying to just bring this for you through as purely as I can. And I hope that this closes many chapters and many doors in the future. I hope that this is something that really helps to push this new agenda forward of the light, of everything of light, because it's time. We've just been told lies for too long, and everyone deserves to know the truth. I know there's a lot that Jay wants to bring forward. I know there's a lot of information, and we are going to get names. And I think that might shock some, and I think it's going to clear others that have been caught in this trap too, that perhaps weren't involved. I think there's been a lot of setups here surrounding this whole empire, and I'm glad that we get to get it from the source, you know. And I think this is a layer of disclosure that those that are living haven't even thought about yet, you know, that just because they're gone doesn't mean that they're quiet. And this is a new level of information that we now get to have, because, you know, we've elevated, times have changed, and the light is winning. So now the veil is thin, and, you know, anyone that is past is here to bring messages forward. And I think that this is only going to continue. And I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful to know the truth, as hard as it is, you know. Take the time to let this sink in. It's not easy, and nothing shocks me at this point, you know. But if this is your first time, it might be quite disturbing for you, and go easy on yourself and protect yourself, cleanse your space of those that are already in spiritual work and light work, and, you know, share this with those that you think might need to hear this, that might want to know the truth too. But that's it from me for today. I'll be back soon. Take care.